What's going on, YouTube, and welcome to the channel. And right now, I just want to introduce information to people who probably ain't aware of this information. And if you are, get in the comments. Let me know how you feel about it. Even if you ain't aware of this information, get in the comments. Let me know if I put you on to something. You know what I mean? So, essentially, what I'm gonna be talking about, it's not gonna be a long video. Probably a couple minutes. We're gonna be talking about Doge and some of the things that they've been doing. Because you might have heard it, you might have heard some buzzwords and a few things here and there, but if you don't really have the time or you don't really have the interest, you're not gonna really go deep dive into it for real. You just know it's some government stuff, and government stuff is boring stuff. But to me, I like government stuff for some reason. I don't like to read, but I like government stuff, and most of government stuff is reading. It's funny how that works out, right? So, essentially, what I got here is a few, some tweets because this is one of the ways they being transparent with America. Is if you read right here, I scroll down, so hopefully you see it. 58 cancellations with savings of 150 million in categories including media, DEI, and consulting. So, Department of Health Services, I do believe that's what DHS stand for. That's 450K for um I have no idea what sustainable management program support. Anytime I see support services, this is automatically some DEI stuff. You gotta know that. Because ain't nobody paying for no support services. You know what I mean? And then this is the crazy one: 4 million at DOT. That's the Department of Transportation for DEIA program and project management support services. Now, this is why I know this was DEI without them even having to look into it, even though it say DEI spending, was because when I looked up, because I never heard of DEIA, right? I'm like, what the hell is DEI? I always heard of DEI. You know what I mean? So I never heard of the A. So when I looked it up, it was it's we gonna get to that in a second. But but it said program and project management support services. So when I went and looked and did my little research, this was a little plan under who? 2022 to 2026. I remember when he first had put this in office because Biden put a lot of stuff in play. Well, I ain't gonna say Biden. The establishment put a bunch of stuff in play that would prolong into Trump's presidency. So this is bad programming of a website. I ain't gonna lie. If you could just do this on a website, that's bad. Um, so essentially, this is their famous word salad, yum, delicious. But essentially, this is what it was for me right here: accessibility. So I'm like, what? What does that mean? What is spending $4 million for inclusion for support services for essentially accessibility, right? Because DEI, right, and then they have. So this is why DEI costs so much, because then you have this part, because the accessibility part is what adds cost to a lot of programs, because then you have to um antiquate stuff to people. So for instance, let's say you have one bathroom but it only got a male sign on it. If a woman come in and complain and say, well, I didn't know anybody could use it because it was only a man sign in there, then she kind of right. So that's just like kind of like a quick, you know, sum it up in a nice little bow. You know what I mean? Because it go a little deeper than that. It's like wheelchair ramps. Perfect, right? Perfect example. Wheelchair ramps. It's like if you own a business with steps and you not handicap accessible, and then somebody comes and says something about it, and then now you gotta face fines or you liable for lawsuits and all of this other stuff. And that's crazy that I have to compare that to them, right? Just like I have to compare them to me, right? Because that's essentially what they been doing all this time. So um That's crazy. That's crazy that they because I'm not because to be like in a wheelchair or to have a disability that you need accessibility for, and then here come these people saying, well, I need accessibility because I don't feel comfortable in my own skin when I'm doing this or when I'm here, or I'm fat and I don't want to lose weight, so you need to accommodate me by having extra large chairs everywhere, or I identify as a tree, so I have to bring this dirt with me everywhere, and if I don't, you're in, and it's like, what? You know what I mean? And it's crazy because we was getting to that point where if I identify as a cat and I walked in your establishment and you didn't have a litter box for me and my people, I'm going to sue and I'm going to win because you don't there's no accessible bathrooms for me because I don't identify as a human. I identify as a feline. We were getting there. Don't think we wasn't. We were getting there. You feel me? Because it's a what they do is just like with black people, they'll take you and then they gonna add another cause that don't got nothing to do with you on it. And then once everybody is conditioned to think of this cause with you, then they go ahead with the next phase of the plan, right? Because let me look. I like a thicker woman. I like a little thicker woman. Okay, when I say I mean thick. Okay, not no huge. What's her name? The the rapper out there, Dank Demas. That's crazy. That is crazy work right there. And I know some dudes that'll take that down. Cause I know some dudes that baby mama look like that. For real. That's crazy work. That's unhealthy work. But hey, it is what it is though. Tap in with your boy, man. I just want to drop that little knowledge on you because people getting it conflated that Doge just this and that. Nah, man, look, you just saw what they were spending $4 million. How many people you work with? If y'all take all y'all salary, and I'm not talking about the whole job. I'm talking about everybody you work with on the daily, right? Just your little group. How many times y'all gotta add y'all money together for the total year till y'all hit $4 million? How many times? Just think about that. Just think about that. Next time, before you even want to fix your lips to say, think about it. When you at Family Dollar working and in the factories and stuff, and I'm not saying nothing wrong with these jobs. I'm just saying you want to sit up here and cry for somebody that got more accessibility than you. If if I put a wig on and say I'm a girl right now, they gonna say no, that's not how it work. How come it don't? How come it don't? How come it don't? Peace, man. I'll see y'all on the next one, man. Like, comment, subscribe. Out of here.